What's up, people? Welcome back to the WrestleManiac UK show. Myself, Mex, bringing you another episode of Wrestling Weekly. And of course, I'm not alone. I'm joined with my brother, Anafi, Wrestling's Business. What are you saying, bro?
I'm good, bro. I'm good, man. Just one of those Sundays where you're just trying to catch up on everything. But I'm feeling good, bro. I'm good, bro.
Good. Yep. This is definitely the show to catch up on all of the happenings of the past week. There's been some interesting stories, no matter what company that you're into, that we're going to kind of touch on and cover today. Guys, start off by hitting the like button, subscribe to the channel as well if you're new here, subscribe to Rest Things as well. If you don't know, it's a collective of Mandem over there making some great videos. I'm a part of that, so yeah, Rest Things channel as well. And of course, this is available on your Google, Apple, Spotify, anywhere you get your podcast as well. We're going to jump into, I guess, one of the headline stories, the ongoing sagas of the past week.
Yep.
Corey Graves. This one with Corey Graves, I don't know, like, I just don't know how to, well, to be honest, I know how I'm feeling. I'm feeling like WWE are doing him dirty here. And maybe his reactions and stuff aren't the best, but right now it's looking like Corey Graves, are we done with seeing him on WWE TV? Is it time to move on, for him to be future endeavored, whatever the case may be? What's your initial reaction when obviously they moved to Netflix? They've even moved Joe Tessitore and Wade Barrett off Raw, moved them to SmackDown, and they've replaced Corey Graves with his usual partner Michael Cole with Pat McAfee. What's your thoughts on Pat McAfee replacing Corey Graves?
The thing is, I understand where it's coming from. Like, it must be hard, like being like frontline for years and being like that main go-to person. Like, bear in mind, this guy was one of the voices for that main event, the best WrestleMania of all time. People coined it WrestleMania 40. He was one of the voices there, and like for him to now get the drop, like him to get like put back on, not bench, but getting taken back to like NXT, he's probably thinking, bro, like, come on, like, look what I've done. Look what I've done so far. Like, and a lot of stuff. I've been there. So you can hear me. Can you hear me? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I've been there. I've helped the company do a lot of stuff, bringing out moments and stuff. So I can't hear where he's coming from, but I feel like with business and as an individual, there's certain ways to do things, and I feel like the tweeting thing he kind of shot himself in the foot there. Then saying, "Oh, watch, I'm gonna do an NXT." If it's a work, then cool, I'm invested. But if that's a shoot and that's him just being him, then yeah, I'm sorry. Like, he's gonna have to get not punished, but there's gonna have to be a word in it to have. So yes, it's a difficult one. For me personally, if I was in this position, I'll probably just have to have a chat with someone and just take the L. There's been many times where people have been not demoted, but I won't even call NXT a demotion, if I'm honest. NXT are hot right now. NXT are doing good things. So, like,
NXT is not Netflix, though, is it?
It's on Netflix in the UK.
Well,
but not on. But not in the States. Not in the States. Not in the States. But yeah, like I said, I get where he's coming from. But sometimes you need to take the L, go back, help the company, because at the end of the day, you're helping the company, and just boost them. And after, eventually, you'll get called back. It's happened many times, man.
Yeah. Can I just say, I was at my mom's house during the week, because my mom's abroad right now. My parents are abroad. And I was thinking, let me just go and check in on the house and stuff like that. Check no one's come and ransack the yard or whatever. And while I was just chilling, I thought, let me watch NXT, because I hadn't watched NXT from this past week. Yeah. And just, the ease of just going onto Netflix in the house. And
bro, it is so...
It's just there. Like, I didn't have to have my laptop or my phone and go on any funny sites to watch it. Like, it was just there in the living room playing. I really enjoyed
even
that.
Just the no adverts alone, that I don't think you understand. Okay, I'm gonna expose myself here. I'm really gonna expose myself here. I used to watch. I have the TNT app, right? You have the Discovery app where you can watch WWE back in the day, but I preferred watching it on this other app where it's called Streamio, whatever. Streamio, where it was no ads. So that's what I was living through. And I had to always watch it on my computer or my TV. But the fact that I can just be on a train, download the episode, and just watch it on the comfort of my own TFL seat. Guys, it doesn't get better than that. It doesn't get better, man. It's a blessing, man. So
it's super
yeah.
convenient.
Oh,
Going back to Corey Graves. So
yeah.
the tweet that you referred to, I'll just read it. I've got it here. Imagine chasing your dream, then being told, not deciding that you're no longer physically able to pursue your dream. Then you dedicate your life to something dream adjacent and being pretty fucking awesome at it. And then when it's time to enjoy the fruits of your labor, being told you're not famous enough for your own job, just in case you've wondered where I've been. And then this tweet was, I think, followed up the next day or so by the whole NXT, tune in to see what I've got to say or whatever. It's I feel his pain, man. I feel his pain because he has, from NXT, he's come through the game, he's learned how to commentate very well, and he's now being pushed to side for someone that is, he may be more in the celebrity limelight and all of them kind of circles, but he's not the guy. Pat McAfee's not the guy. I'm sorry. Now, people said, like you said yourself, this could be a work. I think Fightful, Sean Ross Sapp has confirmed recently, within the last 48 hours, that he hasn't been told anything, that it's a work, that this is right now a shoot. Like, this is real shit that he's got himself into. It could turn into a work, but as of right now, this ain't a work. So I don't know what you think in terms of where they go with him in the company. And it's like, for me, like, he should have maybe, like you said, had a conversation with them and whatever, taking it offline. But even in the next, I think this week, tomorrow's Monday Night Raw. Pat McAfee's not going to be there, so someone like Corey can just slide back in. But apparently now it's Wade Barrett. Wade Barrett is sliding in with Michael Cole, so it's not looking great for him, because if he's not even going to be used in this kind of roll on roll off sub kind of entity, then I don't know what's left for him.
The thing about this is that I'm seeing comments here right now just appearing, and people are like, oh, he's not a good commentator. Bro, it doesn't matter if you're a good commentator or not. You've been there from a long period of time. Good or not, that people's preferences. You've been there for a long period of time. You've delivered the best lines, whatever, at this main event, at that main event. Fam, if I was playing first team, let's go football, because everyone relates to football, right? If I was playing first team for Arsenal, I was scoring, say, average, like, say, a goal a game. Let's say a goal a game, and assist every single match. A goal every 2 games and assist every single match. I was doing whatever I need to do just to help the team. Arsenal signed a striker from Brazil. They benched me for the striker. I'm now playing reserves for a bit just to prove a point. Bro, I'm gonna be burning, fam. Good or not, I'm gonna be like, bro, I was there from the times where, like, look where I've put Arsenal now. I've put Arsenal in the top 3, bro. Arsenal number 1 now. Come on, man. I don't know, man.
You're right. You are right. Like, but at the same time, okay, using your football analogy, it's pretty much like what we're seeing now with Arsenal, where people are saying, Arteta, you've done a great job. You've taken Arsenal out of the mud. You've made Arsenal challengers. But are you the man to get Arsenal over the line? Maybe not. And certain parts of the fan base don't want him anymore. So, to bring it back to wrestling, it's like, yes, Corey, you've been great for years and years and years and brilliant. And now we've landed ourselves this 5 billion Netflix deal. But I don't think you're the guy that people from Netflix want to tune in and can get us hype and this, that, and the other. We could see from the very first episode of Netflix on Raw on Netflix that they've gone for more of the entertainment crowd and this, that, and the other, innit? So, and Pat McAfee, I guess, ticks that box. Listen, for me, it's not right. I don't even like McAfee.
I don't think look, if I'm being completely honest, I feel like, for me personally, Corey Graves ticks the boxes for me. Pat McAfee's too much sometimes at certain points. Joe Chesator, sometimes he's a bit monotone. Wade Barrett is good here and there. I like Wade Barrett. Michael Cole is the GOAT. So I think in this day and age of this WWE, universe, setup and stuff, I prefer Michael Cole and Corey Graves. simply because of I'll never forget. I'll never forget. Yeah. Obviously this is a mini thing, so guys, don't use this as a thing to. Oh, is that it? I'll never forget when the Shield music played at WrestleMania 40, and Corey Graves like, guys, kidding me, guys. Like, whoa, that's a natural reaction that I loved. Like it felt good. Like the way he's like, I feel like him and Michael Cole bounced off each other pretty well. But yeah, I think
it's a difficult one. Now it's a difficult one because Corey's come out and ultimately acted up, and I just wish that he had stayed stum and still like aired his grievances, which he may have done professionally indoors. He may have done all of this kind of stuff, but the minute you take it to the internet, it's almost like you're trying to embarrass your employer
and embarrass the company during this high time.
Yeah, that as well. And so it's like, it's a very difficult, a difficult place to kind of come back from, especially where they have an abundance of commentators, an absolute abundance of commentators. So it's annoying, but I hope they can turn this into a work. I hope they can make money from this.
Easily.
I hope that he enters the Royal Rumble or something like that.
Yeah.
Maybe they're giving him and Pat McAfee a WrestleMania match. I didn't want to see Pat wrestle anymore, but like if this is going to be the match, all right, let's do it.
Let him just imagine this Monday Night Raw. The show begins. We see that amazing Avengers intro. The show begins. We say we got Michael Cole, Pat McAfee. Blah, blah, blah. Corey Graves comes through the crowd, grabs the mic and goes, "You took my opportunity, and I'm here to get it back." And he starts beats up Pat McAfee.
Yeah.
Somewhere down the line, Pat McAfee comes back and goes, "I've been injured by this guy. He set me up for a very long time. Michael Cole's had to deliver himself." Then Triple H gets involved. Then it all comes the whole thing, and that's when obviously the idea that you had of Pat McAfee versus Corey Graves at not WrestleMania, but probably I don't know, Elimination Chamber. I'll be there.
I mean, even the fact that I believe Pat McAfee's not on TV this week, they could have done this angle already. Exactly what you've just said.
Sit him out,
Corey Graves, right? You're not showing up to NXT. They record some footage of Corey Graves backstage, like being some rabid animal running into the back of Raw, beating up Pat McAfee, and then he's no longer on the show or whatever. I think they could have done something like that to write him off for the week. Maybe Pat McAfee enters the Rumble, Corey Graves eliminates him without being in the Rumble. But we need to get to the stage of this being a worked thing. Because right now, Corey Graves is just in trouble by the looks of it.
Yeah.
So
he should come back and say, those weeks I was away, I couldn't even provide for my family. They cut me off. No, he needs to go in. He needs to like hit people's hearts. And make like obviously people will boo him because he's attacking Pat McAfee or whatever, but he needs to like come on the thing where it's like, yo, you cut me short, man. It's because of you, bro.
And one other bit is that he has been cleared for like the last 2 years now.
He
can wrestle. So it's interesting. Big up everyone that's watching live, everyone in the comments. Make sure you hit the like button. Jimmy has said here, Corey Graves is the Seth Rollins of commentary. Underrated, undervalued. I mean, quite possibly. He also says that Pat is fun when it's time to be fun, but he doesn't know how to turn it off.
That's the problem.
This is my problem with Pat.
That's the problem.
The same breath, Jimmy says that Joe is too serious and doesn't know how to gas up a moment. You know, Joe, he has a great voice. He has like a really kind of old-timey wrestler voice. Presenter voice. Like when he was doing the podium stuff at Saturday Night Main Event, I feel like he really, he's shown that he really shone. Like he was really kind of like that's his place, sort of thing. Or maybe classic show stuff. It's his stuff. But maybe on commentary, he just doesn't have the energy as of yet. And I guess maybe this is someone coming into our world, so he doesn't have that, affection type thing for it. Navy says that Joe, I like Joe, though is probably my favorite WWE commentator. He is a very good commentator.
Yeah, he's good. He's good.
Probably just the energy that's missing. Big up Brands. He says shows cool takeover, right? Type V. So that's when Seth Rollins was looking for Triple H, and he ran into NXT Takeover and just took a mic. Do you remember this?
Yeah, I think I remember that. Was that
I
during Black and Gold era?
Yes, it was just before a WrestleMania match between. Was it WrestleMania match between Rollins and Triple H that they were promoting?
I think I remember that.
But yeah, something like that where Corey just has to go against the grain, if you like. Saf says it makes me wonder if this expectations to be promoted we're having to carry the Irish guy.
Irish guy meaning
who's the Irish guy? It makes me wonder if his expectations to be promoted are having to carry the Irish guy.
Irish guy meaning who? Things not Irish, is he?
I'm lost.
He's from Preston. From
who? Oh,
Wade.
Yeah, Wade's British. Wade's English.
Yeah.
Unless he thinks Pat McAfee because of his certain name is Irish, or maybe he is Irish by heritage. I don't know.
Oh, the guy that does football commentary for MLS now. I forgot his name. British guy, Kevin Patrick.
Oh, Kevin Patrick. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm with you now.
Yeah.
Jeez, that's a throwback. I forgot about Kevin Patrick.
Yeah. He's a good football commentator though.
Is he doing well?
Yeah. I saw a clip in it after he left WWE doing football commentary, and he sounded good, didn't it? I don't know if he's still doing MLS, but
from what I heard, he sounded good. Whilst he was working for WWE. He still worked. He had a role with ESPN while he was.
I was working WWE. Yeah, so probably dropped an old clip of him just doing it. But yeah, he was decent.
Yeah. Well, let's move from, I guess, one disastrous situation to another.
Oh my gosh.
Rey Fenix in AEW. You can lock the locks, but you can't stop the clocks, bro. They will let you out sooner rather than later.
Wow.
Someone tell Rey Fenix to chill.
Do you know it's funny? I've been in a Rey Fenix situation though.
You what?
I've been in a Rey Fenix situation before.
Like contract ties and stuff like that.
Yeah, and I couldn't leave until after my probation. So I had a 4-month probation, and I had to time it so that I left at that point. Otherwise, I would have to, stay and stuff. So I had to stay an extra week and stuff. But I had another job that was coming as well. My boy is already there, so I'm there messaging every day. I'm like, yo, how's the new workplace? How's the new workplace? Because bro, it's lit. And I'm there just saving up. Fam, yeah, bro. Basically, he was Penta, fam. So eventually, I left, and after it was fine. A bus case, they gave me my thing, and I just left to the other company. But I feel like the way he's doing stuff here, obviously, I didn't use Twitter. I use word of mouth. The way he's doing things with the whole Twitter thing, and he's looking too horny, man. He needs to circle. He's moving too horny. Like even a picture he put today of him in a madhouse doing that. Bro, you're too horny, fam. Relax.
They're putting inhumane in the chat. Hashtag
inhumane.
Aliens in that. That was one thing. Then him saying that AEW never sent him doctors and stuff was another thing. A lot of people have come out since then and said there's a translation issue with all of that stuff. Yeah, a language barrier, so they don't really know and taking stuff with a pinch of salt and stuff. But the picture. Okay, let's go back to earlier this week. Penta debuted, and we're going to come back and talk about Penta's debut. It seemed that following Penta's debut, AEW removed all of Rey Fenix's merch from the store. They removed all of the Lucha Bros merch from the store. The Lucha Bros merch I understand because I can't now be putting money in Penta's pocket, and Penta doesn't work here.
Yeah,
but the Rey Fenix merch, I don't know why that was removed from the store. They could have left that. Okay, yes, he doesn't. If he doesn't want to be there, you don't want him to earn more, but then he's still earning. So it's if you don't want him to earn, release him from his contract.
Yeah,
you see what I mean? But it's he's under contract, but you can't earn more on merch or whatever the case is.
The thing is, the whole obviously you sign a contract and stuff, and I'm guessing one of the parts of the thing was it's injury time he's getting into now. So the time he's been away, obviously he's had to sit through that now. So it's a tough situation, isn't it? Because if I was Tony Khan, I would keep him there until the end of the contract, but I would still try to use him where I can, just to have that sort of grace. Or maybe Tony Khan's probably pissed off and you've already shown your ass, so I'm just gonna show you my ass too. You're not gonna wrestle. Did you get it? It's a tough one. It's a tough one. But what would you? Okay, if you was in Tony Khan's situation, what would you do? And forget all this woke nonsense. What would you actually do?
If I'm in Tony Khan's position, I'm doing exactly what Tony Khan's doing right now.
Yeah.
Like, you have signed a contract. You've got injured. You knew if you get injured, the time gets added back onto your contract, right? So, yeah, you are staying here. Like, it's as simple as that. You're under contract, sort of thing. Now, if I'm feeling nice, like, these people forget, these wrestlers forget that it is it's the promoter has to feel nice to let you out of your contract. It's a favor. I'm doing you a favor so that you can walk out. Like William Regal, they let William Regal out of his contract. That's like the only person I think they've let out of his contract. But even then, they put some ties around his contract.
He couldn't show up. He couldn't show on TV.
He couldn't show up on TV for, I think it was 90 days. You
Yeah.
can go and work for them immediately, but you can't show up on TV for 90 days. You see what I mean? So, like, do you need to? And they only done it for William Regal because William Regal's an inactive guy that will mainly work backstage anyway. Like, it's not a given that just because I want to leave, when you've signed a contract, you're going to be allowed to leave. And this is what, like, take it back as far as, 2021 times when people were getting released and all of this stuff was happening. People were asking for the release from the WWE, and people are, McMahon's this, McMahon's this, McMahon's that. Bro, do you not know how a contract works? If I go and take a phone out,
business works. Business.
Yeah, it's business. If I go take a phone out from Free, any of these people, I can't just wake up one Monday morning and be like,
I don't
want this anymore. Yeah, like, can I go? Can I leave the contract? Like,
you have to pay for it.
Yeah, they'll ask, okay, this is the sum of the contract. You have to pay out the rest of the contract. Like, you don't just get up and leave. So I feel like people have become maybe somewhat conditioned or thinking that, everyone in the business is a nice person. They can just let me out or whatever the case is. Like, the picture of him in a straitjacket is too. He's too much. He's too much.
Look, on my life here, that's a definition of inhumane. Man saying that he's in the back of the van, he's in the equipment van, but they have the seaside toilet cages and that. After every single he's in a production van at the back like this. Oh my gosh, Rey Fenix. Come on, man.
This is the thing. When the likes of, was it Moxley, Buddy Murphy, when they all left WWE and came to AEW, they all had like vignettes of them
leaving the
cool. You've left now. Like, that's not really an offense to the company. You don't work there anymore when you've released that video. Like, for him to do that, you're still under contract. You're here asking me for a favor, and you're putting yourself in a straitjacket. Are you all right?
Crazy.
Why should I help you? Like, why should I help you? So
have they got like, I don't know, is there not like PR people that's like, do you know what? Don't, like, lock it off straight away. Because I've been told, not, I don't know about AEW, but I've been told that there's, even in New Japan, I've been told there's people in New Japan, people in WWE, that when these wrestlers pro something, they get the call. Yo, you got to take that off. It has to go right now. And it's not even a thing where it's like they leave for a day, they leave for this. It's the same minute. Yo, you got to take that off right now, or else XYZ. Why is that not happening with him? Why can't they just lock off his Instagram? Not that it sounds mad, but like, it's like, why can't I have someone talk to him like, yo, don't post that stuff?
Okay, so I mean, obviously, I don't know the answer to this question, and I can only go off information that I was told. The best part of what was this, September 2024, so things might have changed by then. I was lucky enough to speak to Danielson, and he said that kind of infrastructure backstage, it's not there currently. We're working on it. It's the likes of people like Danielson have been in the WWE and seen how things work, work in that respect. They're the ones that are trying to put that structure in AEW at that time. Like I said, right now, this is what, the best part of 4 months on or whatever. They might have that in place now. Who knows? But yeah, like, it's really just, it's weird that you want me to do a favor and you can't behave yourself. You're not behaving like you need a favor from me. Like, Saf is saying here, could he not take legal action for defamation? I'm assuming he's talking about Tony Khan.
Defamation,
like defamation of character. I mean, it maybe not be as far as that, but
I don't think he's done Tony Khan. I don't think he's like mess Tony Khan up, and I feel like stuff like this happens all the time. So it's happened with like wrestlers in WWE. I'm sure it happened with wrestlers in the AEW in New Japan, but I think it's more staying on the company rather than Tony Khan. Do you get what I mean? Does that make sense?
It's more staying on the company in what way?
Yeah, it's like people will say, AEW are keeping him, but obviously Tony Khan's there. But it's more like AEW treating people like this. AEW came out first, and they were like, this company's going to change the game. We're going to revolution stuff. We're going to make it revolutionary, blah, blah, blah. So people are pointing at AEW rather than... Cool, I know that they call him Tony Khan, Guantanamo Bay, whatever, yeah. But at the end of the day, it comes down to AEW.
So I saw an exchange that a user on X had with Baron Corbin.
Oh, yes.
And this guy was saying that, well, you have a work contract and you're contracted to work. So if Tony Khan is going to keep him, Tony Khan should be making him work, should be, putting him on TV and stuff like that. And Corbin was explaining to this guy, you sign a work contract and the person, the promoter, can use you however they wish. There isn't anything in the contract that says you're going to work X amount of dates, like some people may have something like that, but some people may not, whatever the case is. Like, so I think Corbin used an example, like my contract doesn't say like you're going to win the championship and main event WrestleMania or something like that. He said no one's contract says anything like that. It's a work employment contract and contracted to a certain date. And within the contract, it says the injury clause about the time getting added on. So it's all stuff he would have known. Beforehand. Like I agree with, I guess, the majority of fans that it's like, well, if you're going to keep him, use him. And even if you're going to, job him out and just let him put on great matches with people and he loses all of them, if that's how you want to use him, then cool. But like, use him to get people over. But at the same breath, if you don't want to use him, that's your prerogative. Like, it's not nice, but I feel like wrestlers need to understand these contracts that they're signing.
Yeah. It's like a record deal. You sign a record deal, you got to release 6 albums. But if you release 3 albums and you start saying, the industry hates me, don't let me release my own stuff, bro, you signed a 6 still contracts, bro. Release those 6 albums now. What are you playing with?
Release them.
Come on, man. Like, don't come and start complaining, bro. Like, it's what you signed, innit? But Rey Fenix should just sit this one out. He should just find grace and just do what he needs to do. Like, if he gets shown on TV, get shown on TV. If not, then just find other bookings elsewhere. The AEW are lucky. AEW wrestlers are lucky enough to find bookings elsewhere. So I would just wrestle anywhere else. Go there. Obviously, like another thing as well, like represent the company as much as you can. Like, even though you're angry, just represent the company. Just show that, yeah, cool. So that if you leave and there's never a chance for them to bring you back, then it's there. Do you know what I mean?
And that's the last thing. Like, we're seeing someone like Ricky Starks that's pretty much in the same boat, but you can see how 2 different men have conducted themselves.
Yeah.
Like,
at first, obviously, he went off, but now he's like, calm down.
Who?
Ricky Starks.
Ricky Starks hasn't said anything about the company.
He said, actually, no, he hasn't. He said stuff about individuals, to be fair.
Yeah, Ricky Starks hasn't said. He's talked about situations where people said, "Oh, you were caught at WrestleMania. You were caught at this event." Like that.
That's individual.
People have been asking him, "Well, why aren't you on TV?" So I don't know. Are you injured? No. Like, well, have you asked about why you're not on TV? Yes. What were you told? There's no creative for me. Like, he's keeping it very. What's the word? He's just being professional about it.
Yeah,
just being professional. But he can go out there and be like, "Yeah, this guy didn't give me no answer, blah blah blah," and ruin his name. And this is my fear now. If Rey Fenix isn't stopped, like the WWE can look at someone like this and be like, "So when you get into hard times, this is how you behave," this sort of thing.
You're gonna act, it's how you're gonna flip. Like, come on, man.
Yeah, and
that now, even goes back. Yeah.
His brother is in the company. You don't want to make his brother look bad, like, how people will paint you with the same brush. This Penta might misbehave one day, like Rey Fenix is misbehaving now. So it's all mad.
Well, that's the thing, man. People just need to remember. Do you know, it's like you said, there might be a language barrier. I don't know, whatever it is, but I don't even want to use that because, like, at the end of the day, it's business. Everyone understands how people work and stuff. So. Yeah, I just hope that
taking a picture in a straight jacket is not a language barrier.
Yeah, it's not. Maybe it's a thing where maybe it's him just saying, "Do you know what? This is my new character. I'm trying to get unleashed." I don't know. I was spinning out that. If I got the call with the black SUVs outside my house, I'm like, listen, I'm just doing some creative and artistic direction. This is my new character, Rey Fenix. I found the key now. I'm unleashed. Do you get what I mean, fam? I want to come out to AW and do. Come on, man, Lucha Bros, man. Zero miedo. Bro, I'll be spamming it, fam. It's a zero miedo. Just me. Go on, man.
Oh god, nah. Well, yeah. I hope that situation can either get resolved or go quiet, or they use him, on TV where they can. But let's go from one Lucha Bro to another. Let's talk about Penta's debut. I haven't spoken to you since the debut in WWE. Let me know what were you feeling? How did you?
So the thing is this, I tried to stay up in it and watch the whole Netflix thing, but I fell asleep and I woke up and it just said thank you for watching. So I was burning in it. I was like, you know, Bonnie, let me just go sleep. Let me not watch no spoilers. Let me just go sleep. So I went to sleep, woke up, and I watched Raw, and I was like, cool. CM Punk came out, cut his promo. Then Chad Gable done his thing. Then I was waiting. When the lights turned off, I was like, yeah, this is lit. It felt like, I can't even compare it to that because that one was a different level. Like, we knew he was coming out, but we wanted to know how he was going to be presented. And they ticked that box clear, like, bing, ticked it. The whole intro of him coming out, like him doing the walk, the La Parker walk. I don't even want to call it yet. I'm calling it the La Parker walk. Him entering the ring, like it felt. I said on the podcast to Tate I was like, bro, there's something special or something weird where a wrestler has been in one environment, or even footballer. Because I thought the same thing with Thierry Henry when he went to Barcelona. When when an individual's in one environment and they put him in another environment, and it just looks mad weird. It was like, bro, that's Penta in the WWE ring. Obviously, I didn't watch his Lucha Underground stuff. I wasn't really clued up on the Lucha Underground stuff. I knew Penta from AEW. And the fact that he's in a WWE ring, I'm like, bro, this is crazy, fam. But even though the match was sick, I enjoyed the match a lot. Chad Gable was amazing in that match as well. Really helped put Penta over. Penta looked like a star. Penta was selling like there was no tomorrow. I don't know if they gave him the pep talk, that knee that he was selling. Even he looked good. You look good. Penta looked
They told
great.
him that this ain't AEW where you get off and moves. You better sell that move.
You better sell that. And let's even go down to the merch. Like, merch was released the day before. Bro, they already had the masks ready. And this is something I said on the podcast months ago. Or like years ago. Why don't AEW sell these masks? Why don't they sell these masks? When Rey Mysterio first popped on the scene, I remember everyone was wearing Rey Mysterio masks. People were trying to find a Rey Mysterio mask. And it now boils down to this. I don't know if I've seen this, but bro, flipping when the Penta toys drop, when the Penta action figures drop, bro, it's a wrap. Come on, your kid's gonna be like, Daddy, I want that one. You see that one there? I want that one. The one in the mask. I want that one.
I would be calling my wholesaler trying to make like Penta's kids costumes.
Costumes. Do you get it,
bro?
Do you get it?
He's easy. There's like, obviously it's happened now nearly a week ago, and from like people that I've seen, you saw a lot of like crowd swell. A lot of people were so happy. The promo he cut afterwards,
nice.
Just talking about, so I've had the translation, and one of the first lines he says in the promo is that this is to show all my Mexicans how hard you have to work in the USA, like to make it, sort of thing. And it just like, obviously we often talk about representation and, you know, from our side as, you know, black people in wrestling and stuff like that. But for me, when I like, you could feel what he was saying before you even read the translation. Yeah, you could feel it. But then when I read the translation, I just felt, nah, this is moving those people.
This is emotional.
San Jose. Yeah, like those people of San Jose, you could see that his family were in tears. Then you could see that obviously there's a lot of like a big Latin American contingent in the crowd in it, and you could just see how moved they were, like, because a lot of them have probably had this story of coming to the country and having to find their feet taking rubbish jobs just to, you know, make ends meet, and then you know, eventually having the enough money to have a ticket to come to a WWE show. And now you're seeing a top star like Penta, someone make it. Like, Penta's one of the biggest Mexican stars, like for the last 10 years across all these places, like Impact, Lucha Underground, AEW, and all that kind of stuff. Like, this was, it moved me. Like, it honestly moved me. Like, it was, I think he's bigger than they expected, and
yeah,
I think he's going to be a big star for them.
no, facts. Like merch alone, reaction, second thing. Even the wrestling ability that Penta has, like he wrestles different from any other luchador on WWE right now. Like no one wrestles like Penta. Obviously, they've got the same style, but he takes up another level. Like even the whole thing of him saying, "I heard this is the Netflix era. This is the Penta's era, bro." Like
the Penta new era.
And I don't think I heard Penta talk that much in AEW. Obviously, you heard him say a few bits here and there, but I thought Penta wasn't good on the mic. I couldn't say much on the mic, but he said something here, and I think Penta should be mixing. Is it Spanish and English all the time? Sell that, like use that. Like it's great, man.
I listened to Thunder Rosa on Busted Open. It's what they called Busted Open Radio.
I'm on Cyrus, yeah. Busted Open on Cyrus, yeah. Cyrus,
I listened to Thunder Rosa talk about him. Thunder Rosa was in tears, and again, another Hispanic person that's looking at someone that she's worked with. She said she's come up with him, done Lucha Underground with him, worked with him in AEW. She told his story about how in Mexico, I can't remember the job that she said that he used to do, but he used to work in a very rough area, worked his way out of Mexico. He became this big star in Mexico, wrestling. Him and Rey Fenix, and obviously now, they say it's funny because she works for AEW still, but you can see from how they're saying and how they're speaking, he's made it to the big time. Without her saying those words, by how she's talking, she's like, and now he's made it. But he's had a job for the last 5 years on TV.
It's not even like, let's see this, bro. It can't be a disrespect because
it's not
like with the way WWE present themselves week in, week out, year after year, they've got this presentation where it's like, we are Hollywood. This is Hollywood. This is Hollywood. This is LA. It's Hollywood. And every other country out there is not touching us.
Everything
and that's what they made him look like.
Community theater and stuff.
Thank you. It's like one of them. It's like one of the Man of Them ends. Obviously, we know that the guy can act. He's been in all these theater performances, but he just gets that one role, and he's alongside Leonardo DiCaprio. Man's made it. It's basically that. He's in Hollywood now. So
when I was listening to Buzz Open, Bully Ray said that without kind of being disrespectful to Tony Khan, anyone can make a company and make you a millionaire, sort of thing. Like give you $1 million contract, whatever the case was of Penta's contract or whatever. He goes, but by the time you get to the WWE, know that you deserve to be a billionaire.
Yeah,
you've earned that money to get to the WWE. Yeah. This isn't me just giving you $1 million to come work for me, sort of thing. He said that you deserve that money by going there. And again, people will have their views on these guys, and obviously Bully Ray says that, and then Bully Ray will turn up on WWE programming or whatever. But like, we can't lie. There's an amount of truth to it, sort of thing, and you can see just how his whole demeanor was just like, I've made it, sort of thing. Like before I knew the translation, his whole promo was just giving, I've made it.
I've made it. This is yeah. I've worked so hard. I've made it. Even though, like him, I think what hurt me the most was like, not hurt me the most, but it's what made me in my feels that you're seeing his daughter crying her eyes out, and it's not one of those cries where it's like you're crying. It's like she's inhaling, like, and she's like
hyperventilating.
Hyperventilating, bro, and it's proper nice, man. It is proper nice to see, and it's just this is why I love wrestling. This is why I love wrestling. You can see someone in this company and up in that company, and like we can even go like, obviously it's not the same sort of thing, but that time where Daniel Bryan, Barry Danielson, and Adam Cole appeared on AEW, look at us. Look at us,
bro. I see that video pop up on my channel because it's the trailer on my channel, and I was just like, that is Lidge, one of my favorite nights,
favorite moments. Yes. Second from Cody beating Roman Reigns, but yes.
I mean, before that Cody beat Roman Reigns was what, 2-3 years later.
Yeah.
Like until that then probably happened. That moment, and funny enough, that was the same night that we got Lucha Bros versus
Young Bucks, one of the
Bucks in
greatest tag team matches I've seen. Yeah,
that's one of my favorite tag matches of all time. Like that night of all of us being together watching All Out, like that is one of my favorite nights in wrestling. Like,
yeah, facts.
But yeah,
yes,
bro, I think that the whole Penta thing. What do you think Penta's ceiling is in WWE? You think he could be world champion?
I don't think he has a ceiling yet. I don't know where. I don't know how. I don't know their plans. You know, one like you see a person come in and you know their plan straight away. For example, when I saw Cody came in, I knew his plan. I knew Cody was going to go straight for the big one,
rocket shit.
But for Penta, I don't know where his plan is, and I think it's a case of them just trying different things, making him be in that intercontinental scene, making him be in that USA Championship scene. If he does go for the World Heavyweight title, then I would love to see him and Gunther go at it. That would be sick. But yeah, I don't know yet. There's another guy that they're apparently going to sign. Is it El Heat? What's his name again? Don't shoot me. There's another Mexican wrestler that he's interested in going WWE or something.
Recently,
what is it? Wagner
Jr.
Is it him?
I don't know. Wagner Jr. Yeah. He's out of contract now.
Yeah. So if he might become he might be going WWE. So with him, like we don't know. We don't know. So
yeah, I think.
What do you think he's seen it?
I think he could become world heavyweight champion. That's not Cody's belt, the other one. But we're still obviously some time off that. I think they'll wait to do possibly if you get like a WWE PLE in Mexico, that will be a nice barometer for is this a possible guy that we can put a belt on? Because there's something, and I know I don't want to just compare them just because of nationality. But there is something kind of Eddie Guerrero-ish I see in Penta in terms of being able to get the crowd behind. Like I said this weeks ago, that Penta has so much more charisma than Rey Mysterio.
Yeah.
Like, and it's not a disrespect. It's just like Rey Mysterio was kind of given the upper step on the card because of his attachment to Eddie Guerrero.
Yeah.
Like
Rey Mysterio, Lionel Messi. Let's be honest. Rey Mysterio, Lionel Messi, no charisma, but he's sick on the pitch. He's not. Let's be honest. Is Lionel Messi outside of football?
I've personally said I think Rey Fenix. There's probably now. When I said this at the time, I got heat for it, but I think Rey Fenix is a better luchador, a better wrestler than Rey Mysterio
because that's charisma.
No, Rey Fenix. I think Rey Fenix has less charisma than Penta. I would say Rey Fenix is a better wrestler than Rey Mysterio, but it's fine because Rey Mysterio had to come first to kind of pave the way. Like, of course, the game is going to evolve in it, but for me, Rey Fenix is better than Rey Mysterio.
Let me correct myself before people. Let me correct myself. Okay, Rey Mysterio in WWE, WWF, WWE. He's very the charisma is not really there, but in WCW had a bit of that with the whole filthy animals and stuff where he showed his face and.
Yeah, there was a bit more there. There was a bit more there, but I just feel like Penta, like first, this was a very kind of slow WWE start in regards to matches, right? But I feel like if we put an IC title on him, eventually somewhere down the line, you put him in like a Money in the Bank match. This is where the boy is gonna shine.
He's gonna shine.
You put him in like a multi-man match, even if it's like just a regular multi-man match at WrestleMania for the IC title. The guy's gonna shine. Put him in a Money in the Bank match. The guy's gonna shine. Like if he's the poster boy when they do a WWE PLE in Mexico, like these are the things where they might start counting money and thinking if we put the world title on him, like
bro, over.
It might make sense. Yeah, it could make sense. Like so,
and I think the toughest thing about this whole thing was that, maybe it's a blessing for Penta in it, but bro, when Phoenix comes in, he's got a lot of work to do.
Yeah,
he's got a lot because Penta's probably going to be on another sort of level by that Backlash Mexico.
But this is if they keep him on this level. I don't want WWE to debut him last week. and it's all kind of to put down AEW and kind of show
Yeah,
AEW, look,
yeah.
you had this, and look what we're doing with him. Like, you now have to be consistent in it, so that people are clamoring for that Rey Fenix signing, because, like I say, like Rey Fenix is better than a lot of them. We're talking about Rey Fenix and Rey Mysterio. He's better than Penta in ring as well, sort of thing. Like, and the bread, even from the bread point of view, imagine if they brought them in together as Lucha Bros, they wouldn't make as much money as bringing them in separately.
Yes, yeah.
Rey Fenix is going to be in WWE by the end of this year. Like, we'll see how it goes. But I would even look, if as long as Penta's going well by the end of this year, I'll keep them apart. Keep them apart.
I would even keep Penta apart from everyone. I don't want to see Penta with no other Mexican. I'm sorry. No, let Penta be dishing out beats to these Americans, bro. Let him be breaking these American guys' hands, please.
100.
What do you call it? Santos Escobar, there, man. Stay over there,
no
bro.
Legado, no LWO,
no Legado, no LWO, not even Andrade. Andrade, stay over there. We don't need you here right now, fam.
I hear it.
So,
keep him away from all of them. I completely hear it, man. But yeah, he's hopefully it's a good start. Hopefully they'll follow it up well this next week on Raw, and we can see where we go from there. Companies that this guy has worked for: Penta, TNA, WWE. Now they've linked up.
Yeah,
they've linked up. It's been official. They've been flying. They've been doing business together.
I think they've linked up time ago.
Yeah, they've been doing business together
time ago
and stuff. I remember you even saying maybe WWE has secretly bought TNA, which I thought, I don't know, because I feel like we would have known that, because there's outside things that would have told us that in terms of stock markets and this, that, and the other. There's financial things that would have revealed that if that was the case. But they've been working together, and then they came out during this past week. There was a tweet. I'll read the tweet. WWE and TNA Wrestling today have announced a multi-year partnership aimed at creating unprecedented crossover opportunities within WWE and TNA programming for NXT superstars and TNA superstars. So, like I say, they were doing this anyway.
Yeah.
But now it's like they've made it official. It's like when you go on Facebook and change your relationship status or something like that.
WWE's relationship with TNA.
It's what's your initial thoughts and reactions to them being in bed together?
I think this is great. I think this is great for like we said many weeks ago, many times. I think partnerships in wrestling are very good. The partnership between AEW and New Japan, some may disagree, some may agree. It's good. Like, people coming in and out companies and whatnot is sick. I'm really loving what NXT were doing anyway with TNA. Just the reaction that these TNA wrestlers get elsewhere. Like, when I was in Florida, you guys might not have heard it on TV, but when Joe Hendry comes out, bro, everyone loses their shit. Even what's that? Rosemary. Remember Rosemary appeared on I think it was the first time on NXT. When she came out, everyone was like, "Oh my gosh, it's Rosemary from TNA." Like, it's nice that these TNA wrestlers are able to go elsewhere and do stuff, and as well as NXT wrestlers going back there and doing stuff. I wish it was more than NXT. Maybe with time, like, they probably start involving more wrestlers, like probably get AJ Styles go over there and whatnot. And with that also, obviously, that whole collaboration, multi-year collaboration, does that mean that WWE will now, I don't know, own a part of their, I don't know, some of their library or something like that? They can use that for like vignettes now, or I don't know. Does that work for them now? It's like,
I don't think they own part of the library.
No, but can they use?
I think they'll definitely be able to. It'll be an easier conversation if they needed to. Yeah. Kind of use some of the library and stuff. Because how does it? They're both under TKO, right?
So it's the thing. So when I there was a tweet that came out time ago, and I saw that Finger got a deal. Don't curse me if I'm wrong. I don't know. This is not gospel, but they've got something with TKO where they're allowed to screen a certain sort of thing. It's more like distribution or something.
Okay.
I'll have to find it. I'd have to find the thing for sure. But
yeah, I knew they were somewhat in cahoots with TKO, which probably helps this situation as well. I think it's good. Like I think we've seen somehow with AEW, New Japan, and stuff like that how partnerships have gone, and seemingly it's almost like it's building a bridge from a lesser company into the main company. Like a lot of New Japan wrestlers have ended up on AEW contracts. A lot of their top dogs as well, and I'm sure that's going to be a ongoing thing. Same way that I feel like we're about to see a lot of TNA people become WWE superstars. Jordan Grace and what's his face, Josh Alexander, Joe Hendry, maybe. Like I think this is more so a bridge to build to get these people in. So I don't want to say I'm weary about it, but like I'm just a bit like, okay, well, they've announced something they've been doing anyway, so I'm not any more excited. But if anything, I'm looking for something innovative. I feel like they have literally said in the press release on what is it, unprecedented crossover. Is that the words that they use? Unprecedented crossover opportunities. So what's going to be unprecedented? Are you going to send your world champion over here to get beaten, or what? Like,
that's the thing, man, when it comes to this sort of stuff, and that's the problem that a lot of people had with like New Japan and the AEW collaboration, where it's like you're seeing a guy in New Japan that's smashing it, that's like a top dog in New Japan, they come over to AEW and they lose. Like, with WWE going to do the same thing? Are we going to put people over like that? I don't know. But I think the good way to like market make this thing look good is like if these wrestlers from TNA do come to NXT, they should make these wrestlers look strong and good. Like the way they present him with Jordan Grace. Jordan Grace looks like a beast in NXT. Even though I don't think she even won a match.
She didn't win none.
She hasn't won a match yet, but she looks good.
She might have won like a little tune-up match before she had a match against Roxanne, but then she lost to Roxanne. And then Royal Rumble's an easy one for her to get kicked out.
That's easy, man. Just show yourself. Show up.
Yeah. So that's calm. It's not too sad, but yeah, it's we'll see. We'll see if there's anything different that comes from it, from what we have been seeing, because you've said unprecedented crossover. So I want to see something mad at this point that I never expected.
I want to see the X division. That what's it? The what's that match?
Yeah, Ultimate X match.
What's the Ultimate X match in NXT? Give me that. That's unprecedented.
Yeah. Or at WrestleMania.
Or WrestleMania. Yeah.
Something like that would be. Yes, I would agree.
Or Stand and Deliver, bro. Come on, man.
Yeah.
They got a show tonight.
Yeah, Genesis, which I think they're saying that it's going to be some type of NXT presence on the show, because they changed after they announced this. All of a sudden, the new artwork had NXT logos.
NXT logo, yeah.
So we'll see. We'll see. Just before we get out of here today, I wanted to mention one Jacob Fatu. So from SmackDown, we saw the segment where them man cleaned ring, Jacob Fatu and Tama Tonga. Solo Sikoa made his first appearance ever since losing the Ula Fala to Roman Reigns. Solo Sikoa comes into the ring, gets booed and stuff like that. He doesn't find the words to speak. Solo Sikoa walks out the ring, walks through the crowd. He's gone, says nothing. Jacob Fatu is looking bamboozled as to why his tribal chief hasn't spoken. But then Jacob Fatu takes to the mic, cuts his own promo, and basically says, "You lot thought I was mad. I'm madder than what you guys think. Like, you haven't seen nothing yet." I'm paraphrasing, but something to that effect. And then we saw Braun Strowman come out. So Braun Strowman, Jacob Fatu. I think that match has been made for Saturday Night Main Event.
Yes.
Next Saturday, 25th of January.
Is that Revolution? That's not all in. That's that Grand Slam.
Saturday Night Main Event.
Is that same day as Grand Slam?
Oh no, AEW Grand Slam. That's in February.
February. Oh, cool.
Yeah. No, this isn't the one that's colliding.
Cool.
There's a different one that's colliding. But yeah, I mean, for me, I feel like they're about to start the Jacob Fatu train, singles run, and yeah, some great stuff. What's your thoughts on this promo? And is it time to kind of let Jacob Fatu loose on the roster?
It's been time, man. It's been time. Like, not that I'm tired of seeing Jacob Fatu like within that whole bloodline mix up, yeah. But I think the world needs to see Jacob Fatu for who he is. We know who Jacob Fatu is from the MLW days, and we used to watch MLW Bears during COVID and stuff. So imagine Jacob Fatu as a USA champion. Imagine the promos he'll be cutting.
I think that's the direction we're going. I think at WrestleMania he's taking that championship.
Yeah, I think even earlier than that.
Fair enough.
Earlier than that. I don't know. Maybe the plan for maybe like in a couple of years' time for him to main event WrestleMania, but I think he'll probably get that out earlier than we think. Bro. Because that promo was solid, man, and we know that Jacob Fatu can talk. We know we've already seen his wrestling thing, but that guy can talk. Maybe he might say a few odd words here and there, but the guy can talk. I don't know. He's itching to say the word. Nigga. I'm gonna fuck these niggas up. He's itching to say it, but like he can talk, man. So
I don't even think this was the best of his work, as in it's on the mic. Yeah, I think he'll get to a point where he doesn't even need to do the talking.
Yeah,
like. Yeah, I think he's just a massive talent, and for them to kind of even, as from what reports said, their fear was if we stand this guy next to Solo, everyone's going to say, who's the tribal chief again? Like, so I think the work they've done with Solo to kind of maintain his position and position Jacob appropriately so he doesn't overtake Solo has been good. But now at this point, and for me, I'm already thinking, at what point is Jacob gonna fully express to Solo that you're not the guy for me, you're not the guy anymore, sort of thing? Does Jacob eliminate Solo from the Royal Rumble? Does he throw him over the top rope?
That's the end of the bloodline, then.
From their bloodline, yeah.
From their bloodline,
yeah, 100%. Like, even if Jacob Fatu turned around and said to Solo, I hate you, Solo. Like,
I hate you, Solo. Oh, bro. No, he goes to the top, bro. Do you know what I mean? Do you know what's it? It's like, what's that somersault he does?
The springboard one.
Springboard, bro. I hate you, Solo. When he does it, bro, the whole arena will erupt. I was like, what?
Bro,
nah.
I hate you, Solo, at this point, because he's built up I love you, Solo, so much. Yeah. I hate you, Solo will get such a massive pop,
bro.
Like,
reaction.
Yeah.
Reaction. Don't even have to give him pyro for that.
No,
I hate you, Solo. Pyro prove it doesn't move. Honestly, bro. No, honestly, man. That will be something.
Who's US champion right now? Shinsuke Nakamura.
Shinsuke Nakamura. But I have a problem. With Shinsuke Nakamura. I feel like the character is not following throughout.
In terms of what?
This mystique. I think he needs to keep it mysterious.
Like, so when is it not mysterious for you?
Bro, before SmackDown, this guy was. I saw a clip. Like, obviously, I think it was this week or last week. This guy was walking to the ring before SmackDown with his suitcase and a normal Shinsuke Nakamura, like a normal 9-to-5 Shinsuke Nakamura. I'm like, bro, you're meant to protect this guy's mystique. Where's the protection? Where is like? I won't even show him. I'll show him backstage in like this red room, and he's like this, just looking like. Do you get what I mean? He's ready for the war, bro.
When on the Netflix debut, he was sitting next to Bianca and Naomi, just in regular suit.
Why?
Why? Pop when they put the camera on him, but you're saying, that kind of stuff removes the mystique from him.
Yeah, yeah, bro. Imagine
it's an interim thing anyway. Him being on programming.
Yeah, it's just I don't know, man.
Go on.
Go. No, finish. My one's stupid. I was gonna say something.
I was just gonna say, I think they just done it so that they can send him to Noah with the US title, as like a thanks for looking after all of our Japanese talent when they come here. I think he drops the title back to LA Knight, and then I think LA Knight and Jacob Fatu is the WrestleMania match.
Yeah.
Jacob Fatu wins the
WrestleMania is like 3 months away.
Yeah. Literally 3 months today.
Yeah. Final point I wanted to ask you, yeah, like the landscape of WWE right now is absolutely crazy. When I mean the landscape, I'm talking about the type of wrestlers they have. They've got Penta, they've got mostly machine guns, they've got who else I was meant to mention? Jacob Fatu, they've got Tamatonga, they've got Tongaloa, they've what's the name? Hikaleo apparently is somewhere around the corner. Julia, Zaria.
They've got indie darlings.
Bro, they're collecting them all. And these are signings that are like these are like Football Manager Wonder Kid signings. They're not like you get what I mean? They're not like the key player signings.
Yeah.
But they're like these are like
they're building blocks. Yeah, they're building blocks.
And it's crazy, bro. Like you're looking at it's like, yeah.
And this is what I deeped. When they didn't sign Will Ospreay, I was like, how can't you go and sign Will Ospreay, right?
Yeah.
Then I deeped what they're trying to do with NXT and everything. And I thought, well, I don't know what Will Ospreay gets paid, but let's just say Will Ospreay gets paid $1 million a year, right? For them, they're probably thinking, if I go and sign this guy $1 million a year on a 5-year deal, so that's $5 million I'm committing to one man, instead of using that money and I can sign up all these indie darlings, I can train some people in the PC and become that. You never know, like Nathan Fraser is already looking like Seth Rollins 2.0. I can generally get to a place where I can pay that man that money, but I don't need to pay it today. So it's them just investing in their youth, investing in wrestlers that, want that opportunity from indies and stuff like that, as opposed to bringing in. And of course, as fans, we love, a big signing. We love a key player signing, like an Okada to turn up or an Ospreay to turn up or someone like that to turn up. We would love that. But at the same time, it's like, these lot are running a business. And if they're thinking, well, I don't need to spend this money on this person right now, then we won't. Like they signed Punk, and the outlay for Punk would have been north of I want to say between about 3 to 6 million a year. They're probably giving Punk. So even financially, do we want to then sign all these other guys that we know maybe merch wise they're not even going to do what Punk does? Punk's going to get us a return on that money. Like these other guys will be expensive, but can they draw crowds and can they
sell
merch and so
bring eyes to the company as well. And even Punk is even making me laugh because like whenever you see Punk nowadays at like a press, like some sort of like media day, he's always suited and booted. That wasn't that grey suit he wears. Like it's nice, man. It's nice.
Company man now.
Yeah, bro. Real company man, fam.
Yeah. Nice, it's an interesting place we find ourselves in, and WWE are doing good stuff. And obviously you got Royal Rumble in a couple of weeks, and then that really kicks off the road to Mania, and AEW are doing okay, but I think like again they just need to make people want to sign there. And the booking is one of the main issues. Never the wrestling, it's the booking around it.
Booking and presentation. I thought presentation for me sometimes can be much better, but I think that's a conversation for another day. But that's
booking and presentation.
Of certain people and certain things, and I think I've said this again and again. Like the whole Swerve championship win didn't feel as grand as it's meant to be. There's certain sort of things that if a wrestler's done this elsewhere, like make it seem prim and proper. I don't know if it's a priority issue, but I don't know. It's just I don't know.
It's definitely not a pyro issue.
It's not a pyro issue, but it's a case of it's basically a presentation issue where I can't lay my finger on, but it's like as a wrestling fan, or someone I don't know, you'll know what I'm talking about. Maybe I'm trying to compare to WWE, which I shouldn't do is unfair, but they need to present certain things much better. Wrestlers maybe much better. Matches much better. Like make things feel more important than it's meant to be feeling. Like the thingy, the triple tag team belts. No other company's doing that right now. like
The trios,
story, then you know, make that feel big. Like, don't know, man. Yeah.
Like you said, it's a conversation for another day. It's its own podcast, to be honest.
Yep.
That one.
Yeah.
But yeah, we'll wrap this one up here. Appreciate everyone for tuning in and listening. And after you let the people know where they can find you.
You can find me on Twitter, which is @Nafi_FP, and also you can also find us on you know, all social platforms as Rest Things, as well as on TikTok. We're not. I know the Americans got access like literally an hour ago, but yeah, find us all on TikTok as well, man, and Instagram.
Yeah. Nice. And of course, guys, WrestleManiac UK, like I said earlier, you can find this on your podcast platforms as well, if you want to listen as a podcast. And like the video and subscribe if you're new here. And there'll be more podcasts during the week, WWE and a Dynamite podcast as well as Wrestling Weekly back next Sunday. So yeah, WrestleManiac UK signing out, and I'll see you soon.